New clip song featuring Pusha T and Malice has the internet thinking that Pusha just dissed Jim Jones. What up, words? Your boy Challz Brown back again talking facts. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. So I believe it's in, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's Paris. They're doing Pharrell is doing a release, a show of his clothes, his clothing line, his fashion line. Jay-Z performed with him. It's a whole thing. It's lighting the internet up. And they played a snippet of a new clip song with Pusha T and Malice. It's fire. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. That joint is smacking. I heard about a minute of it, and Pusha never disappoints, to be honest with you. But he raised the game on this one. He raised it to another level. It's the same level he's on, though. You know what I'm saying? So he's always at a high level. It's no shaky stuff. Now, what happened was Jim Jones said that Pusha don't belong in the top 50 rappers. In his opinion, top 50, Pusha don't get that? Okay, but Jim Jones was asked by somebody, blah, blah, blah. Now, he said, why you got Pusha in there? He don't belong in there, yada, yada, right? People like myself took it, we didn't take it for face value. We dug deeper and said, we really believe that Pusha only saying that because he's rocking with Drake. He's low-key team Drake. He just got off stage. Drake brought out the Dipset a couple months back on his own tour, which was major for them. To get on that stage on a Drake show, that's a whole different animal, different crowd. They are older statesmen. They're veterans. They're not on the level of a Drake at this point. Or I don't know if they ever would have been, right? So for him to bring them out, that's big. And you want to show your support. In this game, a lot of things are based on loyalty. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes moves that won't happen or will happen because of your alliances. And you align yourself with a person like Drake, you want to go above and beyond to show him that, oh, I'm still rocking with you. You see dudes going out nuts, going crazy for the slightest thing to retaliate against somebody because Drake's name was mentioned or whatever. These people go nuts, right? So if it looked like to the naked eye that Jim Jones was really saying he's an enemy of my enemy. I mean, of my friend. He's my friend's enemy. So that makes him my enemy. So I feel like Jim Jones only said that about Pusha because he really is rocking with Drake, right? So somebody brought it up again in another interview, and Jim Jones said, listen, I ain't got no problem with him. He could rap, but he started saying it was fairy tale rap. And he also said, when I think it was Charlamagne asked him, what if he call you by? He's like, listen, dude's no better than to call my phone with some nonsense. So that's not a good idea if he called my phone asking me about anything, right? So it sounds like leave it alone and you good. We just know that. We know that Jim Jones caught up with Freddie in a Florida steakhouse. Caught up with Freddie Gibbs. And going, they went, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that Freddie was the goon, but he had a couple goons with him, and they jumped on Freddie and his crew, right? So Jim Jones is about to smoke. He's never ever gonna play games. And I don't want this to be a thing where Pusha T gotta watch his back from Jim Jones. I don't want to hear that Pusha was assaulted in a restaurant. And I don't want to hear that Pusha got his chain snapped. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear that. That's not what we doing. Pusha don't deserve that. But I'm also gonna feel like Pusha feel like that won't happen. Because I'm taking certain precautions in situations. I don't care who it is. Nobody's running up. I would assume that nobody's running up and snatching his chain and doing anything with steak knives and this and that. Because that's how he should be protecting himself. So it doesn't matter if it's Jim Jones or anybody. He should be ready to roll, right? With that being said, Pusha has allegedly responded to Jim Jones saying he's not in his top 50. Because let's be honest, man. For Jim Jones to say that, even though he kept saying no disrespect, it's disrespect. As a rapper, you should not say that anybody doesn't belong in anything. If it's another rapper, if you're saying that that man who's done nothing to you, he's been nothing but chill with you, right? I can see if we doing like a podcast and we just talk, okay, top 50 MCs, da da da, and y'all just throwing out names, but no, those are people that's not rappers. They not in the business. If me and you are cordial and we've been in the business for 20 years, both of us, and we've seen ups and downs of this business, there's no reason for you to single me out and say I don't belong in the top 50. Out of all these rappers that's in the top 50, quote unquote, the complex, I think it was Rolling Stone's list. For you to single me out, say I don't belong in there, there's a problem. That is a problem with me and you. I don't care how much you say no disrespect. That's a disrespectful thing. So Pusha took to the microphone, which I was hoping he wouldn't respond, because I don't want this. I don't want this, to be honest. The lyrics are good. The sentiment is dope. And I'm going to read you what he said. But I don't want to look up and Jim Jones done attack this man over some rapping. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, 20 goons done ran down on him. It's like, at some point, we older, man. Like, it's crazy. It's goofy. Like, at some point, we in our 40s and 50s. We can't keep running down on people because somebody said something. Somebody going to get killed out here for the goofiest of stuff. Taxstone is doing 35 years now. Over one to be in this rapping thing bullying people. So at some point, the bullying going to be whatever. But I want to read what he said, because when I first read it, when they were saying, Pusha T responds, this is Jim Jones, I was like, let me hear it first. So I'm going to read what he said on the Malice song. I'm going to read the lyrics that was read and that was said. And then we're going to both judge together, right? The first part, which nobody's talking about, reality TV is mud wrestling. Some signs checks I know better than. Beware my name, that's delicate. You know why I know where you're delicate. Crush you to pieces from the breath of it. I will close your heaven for the hell of it. That's the first part that no one's talked about. They keep talking about this part, which I thought that first part has some really interesting stuff. He said, you think there be honor amongst veterans. I'm watching your fame escape relevance. We're all in the room, but here's the elephant. You're chasing a feature that's out your element, right? Listen to that last part. You're chasing a feature out of your element. You're chasing a feature out of your element. We're all in the room, but here's the elephant. You're chasing a feature out of your element. When I heard that feature part, I said that is Jim Jones, in my opinion, as an MC. Because Jim Jones doing all this for the love of Drake. And at the end of the rainbow, hopefully a feature comes out. Jim Jones still does music to this day. He's releasing music. Some of the best music of his career, mind you, right now. Some of the best music that Jim Jones has ever made, he's making right now. Now imagine all of that combined with a Drake feature. Just nice verse, nice Drake verse, da-da-da. Right? You saw Jim Jones blow up with he got the Migos feature, right? We set the trend. That blew. Imagine the Drake feature. It's eating good. It's eating good at that point. But what he's saying is, you're chasing a feature out of your element. I believe him. I do not think Drake will do a feature with Jim Jones. I don't think they in the same lane. And I feel like Jim Jones is actually doing a little much by coming at Pusha. Like, their beef, back to back and all that. I mean, not back to back, I'm sorry. Their beef, Pusha T and Duppy and the story of Adidon, all of that is, how many years ago was that? So I don't know if they really even have, they're never going to be friends, but it's not an active beef. So they're going to always be not cool, right? But it's not an active beef. So to be stepping in saying, I don't think he's top 50, I don't know how many points that's getting you. I'm sure it's going to get you a little points with Drake. But I believe Pusha's trying to say, you're doing a lot. We supposed to be vets, and you're doing the most just trying to kiss this man, trying to kiss him on the ring, and hopefully get a feature or something, because that's the end goal. It's a lot of money in a feature. So I guess he's trying to say, basically, I thought we was going to be better than this. And I agree. I think Jim Jones is attacking Pusha in hopes of getting even more chummy with Drake. Because him bringing you out and saying, yo, these the guys, da da da, that's one thing. That's one show. But if you can get on Team Drake and start getting in there, like, you know what I'm saying? You at the house with the piano and YK Osiris singing, it's different, bro. It's different. And I truly believe that there was an underlying current of, I don't like Pusha T because of Drake. You can't say I have no problem with the man, I don't have no disrespect for him, but then be like, nah, he don't belong in the top 50. Why? It sound like fairy tales. I don't know nobody bumping Pusha T. Who bump it? You can't say all that and then say you don't mean no disrespect. But I'm going to leave it at that. Let me know what you think in the comments, CLBMG.com. Catch me on the flip side. But every Wednesday, we go live on 5 different networks. 5 different social media platforms with the Clash Brothers podcast. We will be discussing this. Make sure you tune in. CLBMG Network, the YouTube channel, the Twitter channel, Facebook, all that, right? The night after that, we go live with the Mix podcast. Same thing, different perspective. It's from a female perspective. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Hit the comments, man. What's going on? I'm going to catch you on the flip side. My name is Challz Brown. Peace.
CLB.